All right, traders, this video is about big shadows, and we had a couple of big shadows that formed on the weekly chart after the NFP on Friday. And you know, when you quickly take a look at these charts and you see this engulfing candle, many people jump on this trade without actually evaluating what is in front of them. And this is what I see as a professional trader. This is what I see. I see that this candle here has a higher high and a lower low. Now, that is a qualification of what we call the big shadow candle. Another thing to look at on a big shadow candle is the height or the range of the candle. The range on this particular candle is around 280 to 83 pips. The preceding candle, obviously it's bigger than that. It's 223, and then the one preceding that is 299, more or less 300. And this is where the rubber meets the road and disqualifies this candle, disqualifies this candle as being a big shadow candle. Why? Because this candle here, the bullish big candle here, is not the largest in the last 5 or 6 candles, and definitely not the largest in the last 10 when you want to maximize what's going on. And then also we look towards the room to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. Room to the left is another thing which disqualifies it, in my opinion, as being a good, strong, big shadow candle. Okay, has a higher high, has a lower low, but it's not the biggest candle in the last 5 or 6. Forget 10. It's not the biggest candle. It did print on a zone. So when you're looking at the trade, and then you also want to look and see, if you enter into this trade, what are you going to get from it? 159 pips off of a 200, 300 pip stop. You don't even get a 1-for-1 for that. Those who look after the 1-for-1 reward. So with that said, I wouldn't trade this particular trade unless you just want to risk your money and try to get a few pips out the deal. Hold on, I want to move to another chart. Okay, and here we have the US yen trade. Very tricky if you aren't watching the charts. Very tricky. Let me just get rid of these lines here and move this up a little bit. As you can see, folks, in the examination on this particular candle, it is a disqualifier for a big shadow candle. We do not have a lower low on this candle. We do have a higher high. We will call this a pseudo big shadow, but here's the catch. 200 pips. And if you look at the zone where it's going to hit, you're looking at an entry point somewhere here. Again, what is your risk reward ratio? At maximum, the highest went is 212 pips, 229 off of a 3 or a 300 pip probably risk reward. So would you put your money on this trade? Answer that question. Would you put your money on this candle here, which does not qualify as a big shadow? Would you take it as an engulfing candle? If you do, where are you going to go? All right, where are you going to go? As I look at the line chart here, I see a minor zone that is here, and that's where the first bump that you're going to get to. Bump, 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 and then fail. That's the first bump, let alone trying to get up here. So with that said, evaluating what you see in front of you, I wouldn't take this trade. If you would take it, I don't know what to say. With that said, I'm going to end this big shadow video on that level. Again, guys, look at the charts. Look at what the preceding candles is showing you. Don't be so quick to jump into these trades when you see these big candles. With that said, have a magnificent day on purpose, and I'll talk to you.